Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So big news, guys. Bitcoin touches 65,000. And as I'm making this video, Bitcoin is actually trading at 65,395 and it's only going higher. So I want to talk about some things. I want to go over the RSI, the stochastic, and also this nice little green Gaussian channel that I added to this. Really good indicator to kind of tell you what is to come. And I want to walk you guys through this. So all I ask that you drop a like, of course. We truly appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you are into. And guys, only subscribe to my channel. Don't do it just because I'm asking you to. Like, really, if you want to start learning about the RSI, stochastic, Fibonacci, when to buy and sell certain stocks and crypto, make sure you subscribe because I'm going all in on this thing for the next 6 to 12 months. I do think a market correction is around the corner, but I don't think the time is now. Okay. So with Bitcoin, we're looking very good. You can see right now, basic stuff, guys. Stochastic is pointing up. Okay. We have a huge cross right here. And you can see before we've had fake outs, but this looks very strong. Okay. You also see the RSI is pointing up right now. We're at 56, 57. The stochastic blue line is very strong right now, right here. You could see prior when this has happened before, like this time, we rallied, okay? And also, you want to pair this with the 21 EMA. So the 21 EMA, right now, you can see every time we got above the 21 EMA, we push higher. We kind of got below it a little bit right here, but then what happened? Got back above it, we pushed higher, okay? So what happened over here? Well, we've been chopping around for a long time, and now we are back above it again. Now, the biggest thing is we want to break this right here, the support. Let me actually draw this for you so you can get clear on it, and then we'll go over the Gaussian channel and some things that I've been learning recently. So let's say, this is probably where we're looking at right here. So we want to break this blue line, right? We really want like 68,000. A weekly candle close above 68,000, I think would be a great sign. Let me go ahead and zoom in real quick on Bitcoin for you all. You can see we've always rejected this area, right? So if we can close above this, let's say this week is the week, right? And we can close this week would line us up at 67. So if we get a strong close at 68,000, 69,000, and we close especially higher than this point right here, which is 68.3. If we could close above this trend line and above these candle closes right here, then I think it's go time for Bitcoin. Okay. Now, if we reject, if we close the weekly below this, then potentially we could come back down. Might test the 21 EMA again, which is at 61,000. But as right now, guys, this is looking solid. So let's talk about the Gaussian channel now. Let's go back in time because we really want to look at this and get very clear on it. So whenever it's green is usually a good sign. So you can see we're above. I want us to focus on this thick green line in the middle. Okay, so we're above it. We're rallying, right? Going much higher. We come down. Bitcoin test it right here. Kind of broke below it, but ultimately it stayed green. So what happened? Bitcoin rallies again. Now you can see right here when we crossed below the 21 EMA, this turns red. So when this turns red, it usually means bear market, okay? Especially when we close below this thick line in the middle, and especially when we close below the 21 EMA. So you want to be aware of all of this. You can see it went down. And then what happens? We bottomed here. We got back above the 21 EMA. The Gaussian channel turned from red to green. Okay, we're back above the 21 EMA. This is looking very bullish. So where are we at today? Well, we're still green, guys. And another important thing to notice is right here, we did close below it, stayed green. Right here, we closed below it, stayed green. Okay, right here, closed below it, turned red for a second, but ultimately we were still in an uptrend. So right now, looking at all of this, guys, looking at the stochastic, looking at the RSI, looking at how much we've just been trading sideways and in a downtrend, my prediction is I do think Bitcoin will go much higher, okay? Based off us staying now above the 21 EMA, above this thick line on the Gaussian channel in the middle. We're still green in this zone. We're not red yet. If this changes and this turns to red, let's say we go up and reject, and then we come back down, and this starts to turn red, then we want to be looking at other technicals like the 21 EMA. Did we close below it? But honestly, guys, this is looking very good to me, just to be honest with you. And of course, it's not financial advice. I'm definitely not a financial advisor. This is just my own opinion in regards to Bitcoin and altcoins that I talk about. The other thing you want to be aware of are Keltner lines. So let's go back here. You can see that once we rallied, so stochastic bottomed, we rallied, right? This was back in 2020, okay? Rallied. We started touching these Keltner lines. This is a good indicator to tell us to start taking some profit. But the other thing is, when we're touching the Keltner lines, it kind of looks like this right here. If we go back to this now, so look, we got above the 21 EMA back here, and we just rallied, okay? Right here, we got back above the 21 EMA, Gaussian channels green, and we just rallied, right? Notice these candles are touching the Keltner lines, okay? Notice these candles are touching the Keltner lines. Notice it topped here, we pull back. We pull back from April 12th all the way to July 19th. So May, June, July, about 3 months, Bitcoin pulled back, got again below the 21 EMA. And then what happened? It rallied again, okay? Got close to the Keltner channels, and then that was it, basically. This was kind of like a double top. It got a little higher, but ultimately this was a double top. And then the bear market started in 2022, okay? So right now, this is kind of looking like this setup right here, right? We pulled back, we pulled back, we pulled back from March all the way to September. April, May, June, July, August. So this has been a much longer pullback, but ultimately now we're in an uptrend, and all we need to do is break this descending trend line right here. Okay, as I'm making this video, almost at 65,500. So when you start to understand this stuff, right now it's looking very good to me. I'm not concerned at all with Bitcoin. If it does drop back down, I have my buy levels where I'll buy more. But if this is it and it's time to go, I'm very happy. And I will be taking profit as we move much higher, but I'd be looking more at the stochastic and the RSI, okay? And I'd be watching for negative divergence like what we formed here as well. This was a great indicator to tell us to sell, okay? So if negative divergence forms again, which I don't think it will, because for that to form right now, the RSI would have to make a lower high, let's say a lower high from here, and the asset will need to make a higher high. So we really need to get above 69.5, okay, or really 70,000. So if this goes to 70,000 and the RSI is lower than 60, 61, then that would be negative divergence. I don't think that will happen because right now we're at 56. So I think the RSI will actually move much higher, which will make it higher than this point and higher than this point. It actually already is. Actually, let me zoom in because this is important, guys. So the RSI right now is higher than this point. The asset, let me zoom in, of Bitcoin, let me actually make this bigger so it's easier. So RSI is higher than this point, okay? Asset is higher as well. So Bitcoin's actually making higher highs right now with the RSI. This is very bullish. If Bitcoin made a higher high right here, but the RSI was lower than 54.85, then that would be negative divergence, and that would be very bearish, kind of like what it did over here, okay? You could see lower high, Bitcoin was making higher highs on the candles. So right now we're making a higher high, so no negative divergence. The next thing we want to be watching is if Bitcoin's RSI stays below 61, let's say 61, and Bitcoin moves higher than 69,277, then that would be negative divergence. If we get above this and we make a lower high on the RSI, negative divergence, that's bearish. Okay. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the RSI will get above this point. Let's just say it gets to 63. And I think the asset will make a higher high as well. And then I think Bitcoin will tend to move much higher. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Drop a like if you got any value from today's video. Appreciate you guys for staying. Hopefully you learned something. Subscribe if you think this is good information, and we will absolutely see you on the next one.